Hi everyone. This is Sai from Let's Upgrade. So let's talk about how to get your certificate. It's very simple. You will see two links in the description. Number one is the place where you have to go and mark your attendance. Marking your attendance tells us like, okay, you are a legit student who have attended this particular session. Link number two is your assignment. This is where your 90% of the priority is. You have to go and submit the assignment that is given to you in this particular session. Once you're done submitting that assignment, we will be evaluating that. We will send you an email. If you get the passing criteria, then only we will give you the certificate on a particular date that is mentioned again in the description. Please check these three things, and this is the way how you will get a certificate from Let's Upgrade. Number one, mark your attendance. Number two, just go ahead and upload your assignment. Check for the email that you have received it, yes or no. What is the feedback that you have received from your trainer? Number three, check on which date the certificates will be released. Thank you. Bye. All the best. Happy learning.
Hey everyone, did you know that we can create ATM transaction simulation with the help of Python language? So yes, today we are going to create ATM transaction simulation with the help of different kind of control structures and operators in a Python language. Okay, now we'll move to coding part. So this Python ATM program begins by setting an initial account balance which is 1000 rupees and store as a float to allow decimal value. Then the program enters in infinite loop, which is this while loop, which is repeatedly display a menu with four options: deposit, withdraw, check balance, and exit. Right? The user is prompted to enter a choice which is converted to an integer. If the user select deposit, then they are asked to enter the amount, and the program check that it is greater than 0. If valid, then amount is added to the balance and a confirmation message is displayed. Right, as you can see here, we have given choices. If choice is equal to 1, here what we are doing, we are just comparing a choice with 1. If and what is this amount equal to float, we have given float as a data type for this amount. Here we are asking to the user that to enter deposit amount, and then again we will check that if amount is less than or equal to 0, what we have to print, we just have to print that it is an invalid amount. You have to try again, then we'll again continue. So before moving toward our next part of program, I just need to tell you that why we are using this double equal to over here and why we are using this continue. So we'll see there are different kind of operators are there in Python. So for example, if we take an example of arithmetic operator, so we can add any number with the help of addition operator. Similarly, we can subtract, we can multiply, or we can divide. So these many arithmetic operators are there. This one is the basic example of arithmetic operators, and this one is the output. Similarly, we do have assignment operator over here. So what we are going to do in this assignment operator, we'll just assign something to any variable over here. If we take example of this equal to, so here what we are doing, we are just assigning this 5 value to x, right? Assigns 5 to x. What is the exact use of this plus equal to? Here we are adding the value of this x. So even if this example looks like this, but the real meaning of this example is x equal to x plus 3, right? And again similarly we have minus equal to, which will do subtraction. Again multiply equal to is there, then divide equal to is there, modulus equal to, and exponential equal to. Then this one is the again small example of assignment operator. Now we'll forward to comparison operator. So see, same operator we have used in our program, right? There we were comparing choice with 1, right? So Why we use double equal to? So double equal to is used to compare two values, right? Because it comes under comparison operator, right? So here, see, in this example we are comparing 5 with 5. So obviously 5 is equal to 5, so output will be true. If so, second one is not equal to, so here we have to compare that two different numbers should be there, right? Not equal to, 5 is not equal to 3, so this condition is true, so output will be definitely true. Then again there is a greater than, it will check that number is greater than to second number. If condition satisfied, then output will be true. Then again there is less than, will again compare first value with second value. If second value is greater than, it will print true, but over here in this example second value is smaller, which is not true condition, so output will be false, right? Then there is greater than equal to, in greater than equal to will compare. So in this type of operator the condition is little bit different. Here we'll check that if the number is similar to, first number is similar to second number, or first number is greater than second number. If any condition in this two condition satisfies, the output will be true, right? So see, this one is the small example of comparison operator. Here our first variable, which is a's value is 10, b second variable, b's value is 20. So what we have to print, we just have to compare a with b, a equal to b. Here we are comparing a with b, okay, and we have to print output. Again, a is not equal to b, a is smaller than b, or a is greater than or equal to b. So yeah, this is the output. A equal to b. Here we are comparing 10 is equal to means 10 equal to 20. Condition is false, so output will be false. A is not equal to b, right? This condition is true, so here output will be true. A is smaller than b, right? A is smaller than b, so again output will be true. And if a is greater than or equal to b, a is actually not greater than b, so output of this last, a is greater than or equal to b, will be false. Okay, so this was about comparison operator. Now we'll see why we are using this continuous statement over here and what is the exact use of this continuous statement. So see, continuous statement skips the current iteration of the loop and move to the next one. It does not terminate the loop. As we can see in this example, we have taken for loop and in range of 1 to 6. So initially it should print 1 to 5, but because we are using this continue, in this if I equal to 3, again we are comparing I with 3 over here, so it should print I. So what it will do, it will skip this 3 number and print the list. As we can see in this output, I equal to 1 2, but 3 is not there because we have taken I equal to 3. So as we can see in this output, 3 is not there because we have set the condition which is I equal to 3. When our loop comes to 3, it will just skip this 3 number because of this continuous statement, and it will print rest of the numbers, right? So this was the exact use of continuous statement. And we have used this range function over here. You must have idea about this range function, so we'll just quickly see what is this range function exactly do. So the range function generates a sequence of number commonly used for loops, right? It can accept 1 2 or 3 arguments. So this one is the syntax: range, start, stop and step. Start is the beginning value, stop is the end value, and the step is the increment value, right? If we see the example of range stop for I in range of 5, so over here we just have to stop at 5. So what it will print, it will print the number from 0 to 4. If we take example of range start and stop, here we do have two different kind of parameter. first is of start, second is of stop. So here we just have to print range in between 2 to 7. So it will print 2 to 6. Why 7 is not there? Because as we know, range prints output which is less than this stop value. Means if your stop value will be 10, so your range will be from 0 to 9, right? And next is range start, stop and step. Here we have three different type of parameters: 0, 10 and 2. This one is our starting value, stop and step. Step means what? Key, we need how much steps to add that particular number. So in this third example, we have start value, stop value and step, which is 0, 10 and 2. So our initial value will be 0, and what the step will do, here step is 2, so we just have to add 2 in our current start value. So in this loop, the first value will be 0, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 8 and 10, right? Which is our output. So this was about continue. Then after this, we'll just add this amount to balance, and if this process succeeded, then it should print amount deposited successfully, right? So we'll just run this code and we'll see what output we will get. So okay, so now we'll just run this first module. Okay, so see, in this output we got four choices. First one is deposit, withdraw, check balance and exit. So we'll click on one, then it's showing enter deposited amount, which we have declared here in our program. Okay, so we'll take for example 400, then we'll click on enter. So what it will print, amount deposited successfully. Now if we want to check that it is actually deposited in our account, in our balance, so we'll just check this third function, which is check balance 3. Okay, so your current balance is 1400. Okay, what it means ki this function works properly. Okay, now we'll move forward to choice 2, which is withdrawal. We'll just compare amount with balance. If amount is greater than balance, what it means ki we just have to withdraw the amount which is actually greater than 1400, right? So it should print insufficient balance because we don't have that much balance in our account, so it should print insufficient balance. Then we'll just continue, and if the amount is less than balance, so what it means ki we can withdraw that particular amount. Yes, so we'll just withdraw that amount, and what we will do, we'll just subtract that particular amount from that balance. Okay, and if this process happen, then we should print withdrawal successful, right? So we'll just try this. Okay, we'll just enter our choice, which is 2, withdrawal, enter. Okay, so here we just have to enter the withdrawal amount which we want to withdraw. So first we'll check this condition works properly or not. We'll add 1500 even if our account balance is 1400. Okay, so now we'll see what will happen. So right, what is showing, insufficient balance, right? So again we'll press to withdraw, and now we'll enter amount, for example 500, enter. So this time withdrawal successful. Okay, now again we'll check our current balance, 3, enter. So now our current balance is 900. This was about choice 2, withdraw. Then our next choice is again current balance, which shows current balance. As we can see over here, we have entered choice 3 and we can see our current balance. And then again our fourth choice is exit ATM and thank you. Okay, so here, so our choice 4 is exiting ATM and thank you. Here we have used break statement. So we'll just see what is the exact use of break statement, why we've used this break statement over here. Okay, so break statement is used to immediately exit a loop like for loop, while loop, or do while loop, or switch statement transferring control to the first statement following the terminated block, right? It is used to stop reiterative blocks. It is used to stop repetitive tasks, or once a specific condition is met, such as searching for an condition or item in a list, or stopping as soon as it's found, or to exit a switch after matching case has been proceed. As we can see in this example, here we just have to stop the loop when I is equal to 4. Okay, but range is 1 to 10, start and stop. We have given the condition if I equal to 4, again comparison operator, then we just have to break this loop. Okay, and we just have to print the value of I. So output will be I equal to 1, I equal to 2, and equal to 3. 4 will not be here in output, because when it comes to 4, when I comes to 4, it will just terminate that particular condition or loop, and it will print the element which was before 4. So I hope you understood this code. We'll just quickly revise what all the control statement and function we have used in this code. So we have used for, not in this code, but we have used range, which comes under for. Okay, so for is used to loop over a sequence, use when number of iteration is no. If we know the number of iteration, then we can use for loop. We can use while loop when condition determines repetition. Okay, we have used while loop in our code. Then we have also used break to stop loop execution. We have also used continue to move to next iteration. We have used continue in which module? Over here. See, here we have used continue in choice 2 in withdrawal amount. Then we have used range to generate number of series, often used for loops. Okay, so now we'll take another example of student marks analyzer with the help of different kind of control structures and loops and if else statements. So first of all, what we have to print? Our program name, which is student marks analyzer. Initially we'll set total marks equal to 0 and subject count also 0. Okay, we'll use while loop, then we'll just tell user to enter marks for subject. Okay, or if we want to stop our program, we'll just tell user to write -1. Then we'll just compare our marks with -1. Okay, if marks equal to -1, then it should break the loop. Okay, if marks is less than 0 or marks is greater than 100. Here what we have used? Yes, here we have used. So next we are comparing our marks with 0 if marks is less than 0 or marks is greater than 100. It means ki if our marks is not between 0 to 100. Here we have used OR. What is this OR? OR is logical operator. What it do? It does return true if one of the condition is true. For example, if x is greater than 5 or y is less than 10. Okay, if any condition from this two condition became true, output will be true. In our example, we have two condition. If marks is less than 0, okay, it means ki if marks falls under minus, negative, or marks is greater than 100, then it should print invalid marks, because we just want marks between 0 to 100. Okay, invalid marks, please enter marks between 0 to 100, and again it will continue the loop. This was first statement. Then what we have to do? We just have to add total marks in total marks. Okay, in after this continuous statement, it will do. So after this continuous statement, if our marks are between 0 to 100, then it should add that particular marks in total marks. Initially our total marks and our subject count was 0 0, but now we are adding marks of one subject over here, so the marks should be added in total marks and subject count should be added in subject count. Now we'll check if subject count is equal to 0. Initially it was 0 only, so it should print no marks entered and program ended. But if we have entered marks of any, for example, minimum one subject, two subject, or five subject, so what it should show, it should show average of that particular subject and marks. So formula for our average is total marks divided by subject count, then we'll get average of that particular subject. Again it should print result summary. In that result summary, total subject should be there, number of subjects, then total marks, then average marks. Again here we have used round function. What it will do, so here we have used a round function to round up our average value. If we take an example of this average, for example like 85.234, okay, this was our average value, but if we use this round function, it will just print 85.23. Okay, means two digits after floating point. Okay, again we have used if else if statement over here. So we'll just quickly check why we are using this if else if statement again and again, and what is the exact need of this if else statement. Okay, so if else statement is a fundamental decision making controls, or like decision making or control structure used in programming. It allows a program to choose between two possible action, whether it is true or false. So here, if average is greater than or equal to 90, then grade should be A. Else if average is greater than or equal to 75, means average is from like 75 to 90, then it should print grade as a B. Or else if average is greater than or equal to 50 and less than 75, so it should print C. And if average is below 50, so it should print D. So this was the condition of if, then it should print grade obtained and actual grade. Now we are setting range for this all grades, like A in range of 90 to 101, B is in range of 75 to 90, C in range of 50 to 75, and D in range of 0 to 5. We have used for loop for G in a grade range, start minimum grade range, and end maximum grade range. So we'll just check what is this start and end and mean and max, and why we are using this mean and max over here. So see, we can use mean function to write the smallest value of the set of numbers and use to find the minimum or lowest quantity in the list, right? And we can use max function to write a largest number in the set, or to use to find maximum or highest value of that particular set. Okay, so this was all about this student result. We'll just run this program. We'll just run this program. So yeah, we got output as a student mark analyzer, which was first heading, then enter marks for subject or -1 to stop. So we'll just enter marks for first subject, for example 58, enter. Marks for subject 2 76, marks for subject 3 88, marks for subject 4 46, and marks for subject 5 is 90. If we enter -1, then we can exit this loop. So we'll just enter -1 to check average of this all 5 subject. So enter. Yes, we got result as total subject 5. We have entered number of 5 subject. Then total marks are 358. Addition of all these 5 numbers or all these 5 subjects marks. Then average marks is 71.6 and grade obtained is C. Okay, again we have grade chart which we have displayed over here in this chart. We'll just take another small example of fitness tracker. So how can we track our footstep? So we'll just take total steps equal to 0, initial value. Again we'll use while loop, then steps equal to integer input, enter step, walk in r. Okay, we'll just add those steps in total steps, then we just have to print total number of steps. But here we have to check that total steps is greater than or equal to 10,000. Okay, because our goal is 10,000. If our total steps are like greater than or equal to 10,000, what it means ki we have reached our goal, so it should display goal reached successfully or goal reached. Okay, and it should break this loop. We'll just run this code, right? Enter steps, walk in hour. For example, let's take example of 5,000. Enter. So it will display a step so far. If we enter number more than like 10,000 or 10,000, what it will display? For example, if we take example of 12,000, enter. Yes, total steps so far is 17,000, addition of this 5,000 plus this 12,000. Okay, and it will display goal reached. Total steps are 17,000. Okay, so this was all about Python loops and control statement. We have seen for loop, while loop, then loop control statements. We also learned about like condition statement in our programs. All those three programs we have used if statement, else if, then if else chain, right? We have also seen different kind of operator. We have used equal to operator, then greater than operator. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel. See you in next video.